talk, no filter.
No filter. Love that song.
Yes. I'm Tim, Big Talk.
I'm Paulie, no filter.
Absolutely, we know that.
Hey, welcome back to our podcast. So far we put a few out. Hopefully you guys are following us, subscribing to us, and you like what we're putting out. This show here, we're going to put a little twist on it. We're going to talk about some stuff in the news right now.
Yeah. Woke and why?
I like it. I like it. We try not to do too politically, but sometimes our opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
Everybody's got one. So thanks for cussing in the first 10 minutes. We appreciate that, you
Hey.
know?
You
couldn't say the poop hole. No, you had to go all in.
all hell, no filter, no filter.
I hope Paulie's mama's listening to this right now.
Oh, boy.
I hope she texts you and say, Paul, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm not going to get any Josh Allen cereal boxes in the mail. Oh no, she already sent them. I'm good.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, because they're only good in Buffalo.
They're good in my room downstairs.
They're not nationwide now. we all know better.
Well, this is
Okay.
this is we're putting them out. You guys are hopefully you guys are following us, and this time we're going to put a little twist on it. We're going to talk about a little something different here.
Yeah.
In the headlines lately, the Cracker Barrel incident
Cracker
there.
Barrel. And in honor of the Cracker Barrel and the wokeness, I have worn the signature face wear eyeglasses of a woke liberal.
Wow. Yeah. I knew exactly what it was. I was like, the glasses. There's something about
them. Yeah.
something about
Yeah.
those glasses.
Yeah, if we had the picture of the CEO, you would see that I'm wearing the same exact glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably about 200 pounds lighter and probably grayer hair.
Lighter? No, the Cracker
Thinner,
Barrel
thinner.
The Cracker Barrel CEO is thin.
Oh, her.
Yeah, her, yeah.
Her. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Now it makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. She's
Squirrel.
been all, here
Squirrel.
we go. All right.
All right.
Yeah, everything everything woke. And now and the argument is on social media, because I do battle on social media. I'm not mean or anything, but it's like, if people say, well, if wokeness means kind empathy for people, everybody deserves free health care, everybody deserves all this stuff for free, and then it's like, well, how are you going to pay for it? It's like, oh, well,
we're going to pay for it.
yeah, well, it's like, oh, well, why do we have to spend billions of dollars on our defense system? We could feed everybody and house everybody for free and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, in this kind of society, that just does not work.
You know what it means to me? No common sense anymore. I think we lost common sense with people. I don't know.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is, I've always said this. What happens to the person behind the desk? That's when they bring this to their attention. We want to take away the Cracker Barrel guy. Why doesn't somebody go, no, give us let's do something else.
Right.
Let's do something that makes sense.
Right, and the guy that actually founded, one of the co-founders, he's like 90 something, but they interviewed him, and he said, I don't know why would they do this, but he did admit that the food needed to be better. It's like back when they started it, the food was freaking amazing, and then with price cuts or depending on what kind of stuff they use, because like there's a difference between real green beans and processed green beans and all that kind of stuff. So yes, I loved Cracker Barrel. Now, the one here in Reno, I'm sorry, Cracker Barrel, but it sucks. The food sucks.
I've never been to a Cracker Barrel.
You never
I can
have?
honestly say I've never been there.
Oh,
But when they said they were taking away the guy and changing the logo, that's like us. We have our brand. We're two fat guys on a microphone. We're
Right,
not
right.
changing it.
right.
Even if we lose weight, we're still going to be two fat guys on a microphone.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
So a brand is a brand is a brand. You don't
Right.
change it. You see right here, we got them all up here.
Yeah.
Let's go one at a time. Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
I think they should have never touched it. I think the
No.
owner of that company should have said, then don't come to our games. We don't care.
Right. Well, Dan Snyder was the one being pressured, and then Dan Snyder was just not a good guy. So he was.
Is it
Fair
still in
game.
the first 10 minutes? Because I had something.
Yeah,
right there.
we're in the first 10 minutes.
Nah,
So-
you said pressure. Every time I hear that word, my thought in pressure is only gay people feel pressure. That's what I've always said. But go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you there. I heard it, and it came to for no filter.
Yeah,
No filter.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yeah, that's what you're going to get here with no filter.
So Dan Snyder, go ahead.
Yeah, so of course he was prime for just everybody to lambaste him, right? But even the relatives of the person who it represents for the Redskins didn't want it taken down. You know, it's like it's like you got the younger generation of the Indian population
Right.
that is like, you know, would kick and scream about this. But the main people that did it were these liberal left women trying to cancel culture when we weren't looking, because we were locked down with COVID
Yeah.
when this was happening.
Yeah. I mean, you know about COVID.
Yeah,
But,
definitely know about COVID. So
but yeah,
we'll talk about it.
I mean, you know, I'll always call them the Redskins. The Commanders. Come on, it doesn't even sound right. I think, and when they were talking about changing the name,
Yeah.
I did have a good name for them though. I thought they should have called them the Washington Corrupt. I think that would have been a great name for them instead of the Commanders. I wish I
Yeah.
could have called in, because that would have been the name. They wouldn't have used it because they wouldn't have want to admit they're corrupt. But
Right.
we
Well,
all
they
know
could have done
that.
they could have done with that with the baseball team too, the Nationals, Washington Nationals. You know,
Yeah.
see, look how generic that sounds. Washington Nationals.
It is.
You know, the Washington Commander. I mean, come on.
I mean, nothing sounds better than the Buffalo Bills, but okay. Anyways.
I'm going to hold my tongue on that one. for a
Oh
minute.
boy, that's a first.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Let me check your temperature. But yeah, no, I think in always Redskins. I mean, we need to bring all these back. Every one of these ones
Yeah.
on here. The Cracker Barrel, thank God, they beat the woke.
Yep.
They're coming back with it. They realized after what was it, $7 million or $70 billion they lost.
Well,
There was
I
a
think
lot-
they
it was-
lost $100 million, but where you're getting the 7 from is that they had set aside $700 million for
That's
the
what it was.
rebranding and going and redoing all these stores and try to make them modern.
And if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. The thing you needed to fix instead of all this crap was bettering the food, because that definitely has gone down. The atmosphere, no. You go in there for the atmosphere and take subpar food, but you take out the atmosphere, now subpar food is subpar food.
Yeah, I was pissed when they took away Uncle Ben, Aunt Jemima, the Land O'Lakes girl, the Cleveland Indians. I mean, every one of these should be brought back.
Yeah.
They should go, you know what? I mean, they lost money by doing it, by having to
Yeah.
rebrand.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you come back with those, I think you'll make that money back 3 times over.
Oh, 100%. And I think that's the way to go, because you know what? No matter what, and I hear people say, "Oh, you know, you can't say anything on stolen land and stuff like that." Like, listen,
Hey,
you know what I mean?
I've always said this: if anybody has the right to bitch. I mean, people, you know, reparations and all that, they
Reparations, yeah.
all that stuff. If anybody has the right to bitch, it's the Indians. They did
Well,
get theirs stolen.
Well, for sure, and I don't disagree. And then there are treaties with the, you know, with these different states, like us, we have the Paiute tribe,
Mhm,
you know,
mhm.
that's all around Reno, and they have their Indian reservations and stuff like that. But that was the deal, is that, you know, yes, again,
but what
a
kind of deal?
terrible
I mean,
part of our history, but
We weren't around then. What kind of deal was it? Was it the kind like the mob used to do? Sign this, or I'm going to pull the trigger. I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
that-
you know,
come
it's
on,
like,
that's not fair to them. And I mean, I'll stick up. I mean, I've always said that. I've always believed that they have, if anything, they have the right to be upset with
Right.
how they were treated back in the days. We weren't around, so
Right.
that goes back to 400 years ago and all that. We weren't around.
Right.
You show me somebody who was here 400 years ago, and I'll listen to what they got to say.
right. No, 100%.
But we weren't around, so we're only going by what we heard, which is history.
Which is history.
And this is part of history. They're trying to take away history.
Well, yeah, and this is what they're stopped teaching in the schools now, is our history, and they're trying to rewrite it or direct it in a different direction.
No,
So,
no. Leave
Yeah.
it alone.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Let's stay where it is.
Yeah.
Let's bring all these back. Listen, we need. I'll take the butter on some pancakes and with the syrup, and we're all set.
yeah, no, 100%. And I don't even mind throwing in some Uncle Ben's rice. That rice was freaking awesome, you know?
I mean, and these are, the thing is they're not even making it one way. They're going after every race, Indians, blacks. I mean, everybody. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
It's got to end, people. It's got to end, and you know how it ends, just like it did with Cracker Barrel. Somebody
Yeah.
stood up and said, "No, this is what." And I hope that lady should be fired.
Yeah,
They should fire her.
I think so too. I think so too. When it's a CEO, I'm not so sure. They probably have contracts where they'd have to pay
Well,
millions
you
of
got to have a
dollars.
board. There's got to be a
No,
board.
there's a
somewhere.
board. Yeah, there's definitely a board and stuff like that. But CEOs are like coaches. You fire a coach, they're in contract. you're paying that contract, right?
But it's probably less than what they cost them rebranding.
Oh no, 100%. 100%.
So they they could have.
It's got to be it's got to be cost effective, and stuff like that. And you hope somebody like that so disastrous would just resign.
Yeah.
But the Bud Light lady too, the gal that was, thought, oh well, screw all these, white hillbillies, which is our core base for Bud Light, and let's try to get Dylan Mulvaney as our spokesperson, who's which
that leads us into our next subject
I
here.
can tell you a little bit about Dylan Mulvaney too. So
that leads us into the next half of the show here that we can talk about.
all right,
We all agree that these should all be brought back,
we do
and I think half of America, probably
more than half,
90% of America, believe that.
right. No matter what side of the aisle you're on.
Both sides, I think, thought
Yeah,
that.
this-
Somebody stupid got away with it, but common
Right,
sense. Let's
right.
bring common sense back, people.
Right.
But like
and
you said,
I do want to say this. The thing that's going around social media for the last 3 or 4 days is there is a black congressperson, woman or senator. I don't know exactly what she's running for, but there's this white woman in the crowd at her when she's out speaking, and talking to people on the streets and stuff, and has a little town hall meeting. The protesters went there. And this one woman had the gall to hold up a sign that says, if transgender men are not allowed in bathrooms, then you're not allowed to drink at our water fountains.
oh, I did hear about that.
Yeah, and it's like, are
Are-
you
are-
freaking
Are we going
kidding
back
me?
to the back of the bus stuff?
Yeah,
type stuff. Come on.
exactly. So this woman was actually lambasted and probably won't show her face again, because that was as racist as you could get.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, that's where lately, speaking of in the news right now,
Yeah.
the shooting in Minneapolis.
Mm.
Go ahead, Addison. Cue that up here. I'd like to show this. This is
Yeah.
speaking of the trans thing. These are shooters in the last. This is only 6 of them.
Right.
In the last 6 mass shootings.
There's 11 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. These are, and hey, let me start by this. I don't care what you do in your private life. I don't care what you want to cut off your body,
Right.
but don't push it on people. And surely don't go buy a gun and take out innocent children
Right.
because you are mentally, you're.
It's a mental illness.
It's a mental illness. And if that doesn't prove it right there, look at the stats, guys. These are facts here. I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why we're bringing it up. Not that I'm getting on trans people. Hey,
No.
God bless you. You
No.
do you.
They've been
I have
around.
no problem with you doing you in your own house, your own thing. Pushing it on people, I have a problem with. But this leads to all these shootings here. What are they
Yeah.
saying all over the news right now?
Yep.
It's the guns. Take the guns
Oh
away.
yeah, that's
Stop
their
the gun.
thing.
Now, when you start talking about that, that's when I got a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
I've had guns since I was 18.
Right.
I got guns in the house right now, next to the bed, in the closet. I come home every day and I look at my guns. I go, "Did you guys shoot anybody today?" And they go, "No, we didn't shoot anybody today." Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Guns don't shoot people.
Yeah.
People kill people. And these people right here are mentally ill. And the
Yeah.
reason why they're shooting people is because that side, and I'm not going to, like I said, I don't like to be political,
Right.
but that side is telling these people that it's okay to
Yeah.
be this. It's
Yeah.
okay. They're pushing this agenda.
Right.
And these people are confused. They're is it not that they weren't confused enough. Now you're really making them go, I don't know what to do. I'm losing my mind. I'm going to go kill people.
Well, yeah, and
And what I want to say, I heard this on the news the other day, and I believe it. A guy said this, and I believe it. I'm not going to say which side. We all know which side.
Yeah.
The blood's on your hands.
yeah.
The blood is on your hands, and these kids died because of you guys. You guys are putting this in these people's heads and confusing these kids to the point where they're going out and taking innocent lives. That's on you guys. You do better. Do better.
Well, and here's my thing to that. So I want to talk about the current shooter, and then I want to talk about the one that's up there that went into a school where under Biden, it took some journalistic, investigation to even find out this was a transgender person, and under the Biden's, administration, they didn't release the manifesto. They didn't want anything to do with this, saying this person was transgender.
Because it was Trump's fault.
Yeah, everything is Trump's fault, and that's the thing. Like I said, when I talk to people about voting, I will say this: I don't care if it's Donald Trump or Donald Duck. we could not go on with this craziness. And now they're, again, it's
agree.
blaming Trump because now the National Psychiatrist, Board of Psychiatry has said transgenderism is a mental illness.
Yeah,
But-
and like I said, I'm not against them. Hey,
No, not
I'm not
at
mad
all.
at them. Who am I to say what they want? Their body. It's like a woman.
Yeah,
If they want to have an abortion, it's their body, their choice.
yeah,
I'm a Republican, and that's how Democrats believe.
right.
So I think I'm in the middle. I do both sides, but to me, it's your body, your choice. If you want to do something to it, have at it. But it shouldn't be out in the public. You shouldn't be pushing it at schools.
Yeah.
I know here in Sparks, I think they had a transgender come in and talk to kindergarten kids.
Yeah,
These kids barely know how to read and write, and
Right.
you're trying to teach them that. You're already confusing them. You're already putting them people in this new category here
yeah.
of future shooters.
Right. And here's the thing. I do want to talk about the current shooter because I think there's some interesting things in their manifesto.
Go ahead. I'd
But-
like to hear it because
yeah.
I paid attention a little bit, but I was just
Right.
mad about it's the guns, and as soon as they did that, it shot me off. I was done.
Right. But here's the thing. So we all know about Tampon Tim in Minneapolis, the governor that ran for vice president, which was a nut job and has a bunch of nut job stuff in there. But the mayor, here's what pissed me off, is that the mayor, when this all happened, and we knew it was somebody who was transgender, that happened right away because we are under Trump,
Right.
His first words out of his mouth are not, this was a tragedy, pray for these people, this, and this. It was his first words. What I'm here to address is these things that I'm seeing going around about transgender and stuff like that. We need to stop that right now, talking about that and shaming these people. Like, literally, he eventually got to the victims. But to come out and say this as a leader, and that's why I'm saying this is what we need to unwind, because it was tragic. No matter who shot them, it's not about. And if transgender did it, then there needs to be a conversation about that.
Yeah.
But let me talk about. Well, go ahead.
Well, no, you mentioned Tampon Tim.
Yeah.
There's no reason you need a tampon dispenser in a men's bathroom. And if you do, I want you to prove it to me. I want Tampon Tim to go in the bathroom and shove that tampon wherever he's got to shove it.
Right.
That a man needs it shoved.
Right.
I want that you do that first, then maybe the stupid people will still follow you.
Yeah, but I want to talk about his lieutenant governor. So when they came out, not with the shooting, but when they came out before with the law about protecting transgenders and in schools, in sports, in bathrooms, the lieutenant governor gets up there and says, we need to listen to our children of what they want because they know what they want.
The word children there.
The children, and that's the scariest thing, is that you have this nutcase who wears glasses like the ones I have on today that gets up there and says,
You look
okay,
just like her.
so I probably do. But
You're missing a wig though.
but no, in all seriousness, well, if that were the case, and that's the logic that we're using, so then when an 8-year-old comes to you and says that I want to start drinking beer because I know what I want, it tastes good, I like it, and that we should say yes. Yeah, that sounds as stupid could be, and every adult in the world, I think, would say,
Well, I'll use Addison's saying.
what's that?
Just because antifreeze looks like Gatorade, you should be able to drink it? No.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the problem I have. That's the problem that, drag shows and stuff like that, common sense tells you that shouldn't be in an elementary school. Things shouldn't be taught.
No, okay. Since you said that,
Mhm.
school, right? I agree.
Yeah.
My daughter just went to one. There's one downtown. It's real funny on First Street. There's a restaurant there.
Oh, like the drag queen shows.
it's a drag
I
queen
used to love those
No.
until we went this direction.
No, my friends of ours wanted to go. My wife said, "Hey, we're going to the show." I said, "Okay." thank God I was hungover and I wasn't
Didn't,
feeling
didn't
good. So-
make it. Yeah,
but
I
I-
thought you
I
were
made-
in it. Yeah, I mean, I asked your daughter, which one
Wow.
was Paul?
Wow, yeah. She went to one. She loved it. It's entertaining. That's entertaining. But we're adults
fun.
watching it because we're drinking. It's at a bar.
Yes,
You're not in a school. You're not a young kid doing this. You're pushing these kids in a direction that they don't even know what direction to go. So that part needs to stop. We need
Well,
to stop all that.
You know, and I did a stint in California and stuff, and you know, even here, I have always, you know, on Facebook and stuff, I have, you know, people that are lesbians that are friends. I have people that are, you know, guys that are gay, and all that kind. And you know what? You don't even preface that with, you know, before you never prefaced anything. It's like, oh, this is my friend so and so, or this is my friend so and so.
Right. You just introduce them as a friend. Right.
Exactly.
You know, it's funny you said that. I just ran into a friend of mine 2 days ago
Yeah.
at the store. And I told him we were going to be I showed him this picture and I told him we were going to be talking about this because his son is gay.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I said, hey, I know we're friends. I don't want to ruin a friendship.
Yeah.
And I said, look, we're going to be talking about this, and I wanted to let you know. So when you see it, because he mentioned us, he goes, hey, it's one of the fat guys. You know,
Right.
So we're already getting that notoriety when we're out in the public now.
Right.
So, and I said to him, and he's like, no. He goes, my son's gay, and I'm okay with that. And I said, no, I'm totally okay with it. I love you as a friend, and it's your kid. I love your kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I just wanted him to know that we were going in his direction because I don't want to lose friends over something that we say on here. I mean, I know I have no filter, but I got a bigger heart than my mouth.
Right. Well,
So
that's,
I do.
That's
I do.
neck and neck.
Hey, well, no, like I said, I'm not going to mention his name, but he knows he's watching the show, so he knows who it is. But he told me, he goes, hey, he gave me a hug. He said, hey, you guys have fun with it. I have no problem with it. My son is, you know, he's great with his son, and I have no problem with his son too. I love that he's who he is. I'm glad he's, you know, his own person and he does his own thing. So I just, you know, I was just looking at, you know, ahead just in case I didn't want to lose friends over us talking about this.
Right.
I mean, if we do, we do because we have no filter and we're big talk. I mean, we're going to talk about things that are edgy.
But these are opinions, you know, and stuff. And so here's my thing about what you were saying and what I was saying too is that you have even the LGBT, you know, that I supported 100%, and that T included trans. It's when they started adding all these letters.
I thought it was Michael Jackson singing the ABCs. 1, 2, 3. I didn't know when it was going to end. How many letters are we going to do?
Right. You know, IQ A plus. You know, this is, and they all have now created some sort of flag.
Hey, I'm glad we only got 3 letters. FAT. That's all we got to worry about.
Right.
FAT.
Right. So no. Now I want to talk about the actual shooter this time around.
Okay, go ahead.
And
what do we got here? We got about 8 minutes. Go ahead.
And this is what, you know, in their manifesto. First of all, he posted all this on YouTube. Where was YouTube? You know, with this kind of content because everybody else gets regulated so hard, you know, and stuff, and goes through a filter. So he's posting this on YouTube. Why wasn't that caught? That was one question. But in his manifesto,
Facebook would have caught it right away, and
Yeah.
you know, they would have blocked him because they block you for saying a bad word on Facebook.
oh yeah, TikTok's even worse. It's lib talk. You
Well,
know, that's all it is.
That's all
You know.
Chinese. That's I still don't have a TikTok account. I
You
never got because when you and friends send me TikTok, I can't watch them.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't have an
I
account.
didn't know that. I thought you had a account.
No, I'm
Okay.
never. I said I'd never do it because the Chinese put TikTok out there to make our kids. I was going to say stupider. That's not a word. So I caught myself.
Dumber.
They try to make. They're making our kids dumber
Yeah.
by watching it.
Right.
If you watch what Chinese TikTok is, all educational.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're trying to make their kids smarter,
Yeah.
and they're trying to send 600,000 of their kids over here.
Yeah. When you said that, I didn't hear that, but I want to look into that more.
Yeah.
Because that
Trump is trying to get 600,000 Chinese kids over here to our
study.
country
yeah,
to
right,
study
to
as
abroad.
some kind. It's just hit. I just heard it this morning, so I didn't get to do a lot of research on it.
Yeah.
But he's telling them it's okay to bring them 600,000 Chinese kids over here to study
Yeah.
on visas and stuff for some kind of mineral deal. He's trying to get
Right.
a mineral deal with them.
Right.
We'll,
Right.
we'll have to look into that a little more. But
we'll look into that. But
their,
but
their kids are smarter when they watch TikTok. Ours are dumber.
So if you look at it, a lot of TikTok tries to be educational, but then they block everything that makes sense, and they promote these social issues. So that's what they're doing. So you're right. The only reason I have TikTok is because I like to see what's out there.
I mean, I look at the kids. I watch my grandkids. I watch them on it. My friend's one of my buddy Tom's his wife, she's always on it.
Right.
I mean, they're these people are sucked in.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
it's like
exactly.
you watching porn. I mean, you're sucked in. I mean, they're addicted to it, like you are.
Did you hack my account? Is that how you know? Okay. All right. Different show. All right, but let me get into this
Go ahead.
manifesto. Okay. This person actually said in there that they wish they had never been brainwashed to be a transgender. This was a thing. Is like, and I'm sure that's in other manifestos, but the thing is that those other manifestos weren't released, like that. This one is full on released, and again, you could tell the mental struggle. So I actually felt for this person because they were actually in their writings were talking
They were
about how
brainwashed into it.
this was the biggest mistake they ever made, but then they're just so mentally messed up, unfortunately, that now this is their way of going out and acting out their frustration. Of course, they go to a Christian school, which again, I heard that Tampon Tim the church had reached out to them saying that they needed more protection, and Tampon Tim, of course, since it's a school, which is a religious school, it said, "Oh yeah, I'll do something about it." Never did anything. So all this stuff is, and that,
Wait a minute, you're telling me a politician dropped the ball again?
yeah, well, especially this one.
That doesn't happen
one's
in
the
our
big-
country, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the biggest idiot of them all. But anyways, so that's where I have the compassion. The compassion is, but see, the left doesn't want to say it's guns. They don't want to pull this out of
Yeah,
their own
that's-
person's writings.
Going back to that, that's why we're talking about this right now,
Yeah.
because it's not the guns. Stop going after the guns, because here's the problem, guys. If they took our guns away, if us as citizens did not have guns, China would walk right in and take us over.
Russia would do it.
Russia, China, they'd walk right in.
Yeah.
The reason why they can is because us civilians are armed.
Right. Remember I
So-
told you this before, and I don't think we put it out there, that actually you talked to a Russian spy, back during the Cold War.
You did?
No.
Oh.
No, the media talked
Okay.
to this Russian spy.
Mhm.
And the Russian spy said, "Why do you think we never thought about invading the United States?" And the number one reason was because everybody has a gun.
Yeah.
There, even if the militaries were matched 1-for-1,
Right.
and they thought they could win, no, because
Civilian.
once they landed,
What's it? What's
Red
it?
Dawn.
Red Dawn. Yeah,
It'd be Red Dawn all over the
Red
place.
Dawn.
Yeah, and that was what they truly. So this guy was in the KGB, like that's what was really on their mind, that they would never come into our border, especially Alaska's right there. If you listen to Sarah Palin, it's I could see Russia 90 miles away.
Hey, Sarah Palin was cute at least.
Yeah, very good. But anyways, so that's why I say that that's important. And you have a country like Russia that said they're not going to invade because all the citizens that have guns, and then these people want to take away guns. Not happening.
I always said this. I got friends that are against guns. They don't like guns. I said, well, you know what? I'm going to last a little longer than you do when they come
Right.
running, when they come knocking on the doors.
Right.
I mean, I might not last forever, but I'm going to last longer.
Oh, 100%.
Addison.
100%.
Look at Chicago.
Yeah, look at Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
It's illegal to have a gun, yet it's highest.
You're
The
right.
strong-
strongest.
The Ooh, we got him. He's
Well,
pissed back
boy, he's
there.
like, yeah.
Ooh, we got him riled up back there.
Some guy
Time to
even
feed him.
sounded
Here's some
it.
chips. Here's some chips.
No, but all serious, he's right, and that's why
Yeah.
everybody goes for the guns and stuff like that. But what are you going to do? Like,
Well,
these
look at 9/11.
politicians-
Look at 9/11. That's
Yeah.
the first and the biggest time that in our lifetime that the American people were united.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, because of that. Okay,
Right.
if something happened like that, Russia or China come, you'd 1 minute. We're good on time.
Yeah.
We'd have everybody standing together. You'd have whites, blacks, Mexicans,
Everybody would,
everybody.
yeah.
We all did
Yeah.
in for 9/11.
Yeah.
We would do it again if they were trying to invade us.
100%.
That's the only time that it doesn't matter, and we would all stick together. And they could. That's why they couldn't. They wouldn't take us over.
Right. But you made it. Addison did make a good point that I forgot to make, is that all these places that have strict gun laws are mainly blue states, but like Chicago, and it's like, oh, we need gun restriction. Well, okay, we've got pilot states that they've done that in. New York is hard to get a gun.
Yeah,
Very
that's why.
hard to get a
That's
gun.
why I first got mine.
unless you're a criminal.
Oh, yeah, well,
Then they're every day. You know,
Hey, I think we should go out there. You people, since we're talking to you guys out there in the podcast world,
Yeah.
I think you should go buy more guns because
Right.
you can never have enough of them.
right.
I mean, I have a lot, but I can only shoot one at a time, so I'd have to
Right.
hand them to friends and neighbors if they were coming after us. But
Right.
let's hope that never happens, and
Exactly.
let's hope these school shootings stop because these kids are doing nothing. They're innocent. They don't deserve it.
Right.
This is not the way to do it. If you have a mental illness, seek help. Go see a counselor. Something. Do something, but don't go take an innocent life. That's not the way to do it.
And I'm going to stretch this out a little bit longer, Addison, because I think this needs to be said. And I told you this before. This isn't my quote or me saying this, but we had a PhD doctor, psychiatrist, that said that these parents will fight this till the death because they either have to accept that they harmed their children, which
Right.
no parent wants to
No.
admit to harming their
Never.
children. So these ones that came out and said, "Oh yeah, my 4-year-old," like these actresses, I forget the actress, but she's paraded around her sons in dresses for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And so you get these freaking wacko, celebrities. That's why I don't put any stock in any one of them
No.
that says.
No, that's a whole nother show.
But if you come out and say, "Oh, my 3-year-old's pansexual," this, that, and another, it's like, you know what? No, the chances of that are 1 in 800,000. The chances of you being
I got a better chance of winning
narcissist-
the Mega Balls tonight because I
Oh,
got
yeah.
tickets in my pocket.
Yeah.
And-
Oh, did you?
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
stop and get them? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had to.
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, that's my point.
No,
is
it
that
makes sense. The parents they're harming these kids more
Yeah.
than helping them.
and they're gonna die on this hill because
They don't want to admit guilt.
they're not going to admit that they harmed actually harmed their children.
Yeah, but on a lighter note, let's throw in them sponsors here.
All right, let's do a couple of sponsors. I like it. All right, what do you want first? All right.
Pablo.
So we got A&Z Landscaping. All right. So again, I love this tagline because this is me all the way. Enjoy life. Let me do the work. And it's like, okay, I'm in. So, but you think we're coming into winter. This isn't just landscaping and you're going to talk about them a little bit, but this isn't just landscaping like, oh, well, with 2 feet of snow on the ground, how am I going to get my lawn done? No, they do snow removal. They do,
Aerating.
aerating. They clear ways for dispensable space, so there's plenty of things that they can do in the wintertime. And instead of you out there, trying to get through that hard ground or plow your own, street or whatever.
Make the call. Right there, 775-354-8518.
Oh my God.
My eyes.
What the hell? You're
hey,
making fun of mine?
you got
I can
four
read that.
pairs.
775-354-8518.
You got 4 pairs of glasses there. I don't have mine on.
Yeah. Well, there's one for every show.
Yeah, but Pablo, great guy. He worked for Signature Landscaping for years,
Yeah.
a big company,
Big
and he went off on his own, started his own business, and he's doing well. And he would do a great job on your landscaping or snow removal or whatever you need. You give him a call, tell him you heard it. You heard it here on our podcast here.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's great. So
And then now we have you
my
drink.
drink. My drink's going to be in the shot. I'm not hiding anything.
Hey,
He's
we have
got chips. I got my drink.
yeah. We're fat guys. We're gonna eat and drink. Elite Garage Door. Let me tell you guys. Johnny at Elite Garage Door. They just did my garage door last week, and we got a picture of it. There it is, right there.
Oh, yeah.
There's my house right there.
Right.
Brand new garage doors. They did a great job. Johnny Lewis at Elite Garage Door. Winter's coming.
Right.
Get an estimate, or he wants you to call ahead and get a tune-up because
Yeah.
you do not want to get caught in the cold. You pull up and you got the groceries and you press a button and it doesn't open.
Yeah.
Oh boy! Now you're trying to go in the house. You got to go in the door. You're dropping groceries. The whole works. We've all been there.
Well, it's
It
like
happens.
anything else. It's kind of like your pipes for your sprinkler system.
Right.
You know.
You don't worry about
If
them until something happens.
Well, you got to get that. You got to get that winterized.
Right.
Because get the water out of the line so it doesn't freeze and crack that. And I've done this so many times. I have a lot of garage doors in my life. I don't get things taken care of in the summer. And the next thing you know, winter comes around, and then
Too late.
It's off the track. It's
Yeah.
broken, wheel, whatever it is.
yeah, don't touch them
So-
springs because you can die.
Trying to do it, then don't do it yourself. I haven't tried that.
Yeah.
So that it's not a do-it-yourself job.
Right. No, Elite
yeah.
Garage Door, give them a call at 775-323-DOOR.
323 door.
Door. Johnny at Elite Garage, his wife Melinda's in the office. You can talk to her. He even has his grandson doing a job. He's the one that did my garage door. So it's a little bit of a family business there. They've been around for 11 years, since 2014. So give them a call again at 775-323-DOOR or 775-323-3667 if you can't find the letters on the buttons there.
All right. Well, I think that's all we got for this episode.
Hey, I just wanted to make sure people know about the sponsors there. Winter's coming, guys. Winter's coming. Don't get caught in the cold.
That's right. That is right. So we've got other great shows coming up. Make sure you
Stay tuned.
follow and
Subscribe. Follow.
Yeah.
And
we'll be here.
hey, we promise you this: we're gonna stay fat.
Yeah.
Two fat guys in a microphone. Two fat guys in a microphone. Big talk, no filter.